We were told to get a good job, work hard, and everything would fall into place. But here's what actually happened. 69% of Gen Z is now living paycheck to paycheck, and nearly half can't even cover a $1,000 emergency. We followed the plan, got the degrees, and took the safe jobs. Yet now we're more financially stressed than our parents were at our age. No wonder why 79% of people are ready to quit their jobs today. And I totally get it. I don't know about you, but I don't want to spend the best years building someone else's dream. I want to be able to go out with my friends on a random Wednesday. I want to be able to travel the world and actually live my life. But that's all been made nearly impossible with a traditional corporate career. Thankfully, the good news is that AI is now making that dream possible. I'm a partner with an AI business that was built without any technical background or a ton of money to start. And that started with just one person. This business has made over 25 million, and the crazy thing is, anyone can copy this exact business right now. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do it from zero using AI, even if you don't know anything about business. Let's begin. Look, business is hard. There's no doubt about it. But the number one reason people fail when they try to start any kind of business isn't because they're not smart or technical enough. The reason they fail is because they're trapped in this never-ending loop of information. They keep researching and watching videos and convincing themselves that they're learning. But that's just analysis paralysis disguised as productivity. And listen, I get it. There are literally thousands of businesses right now, and choosing one to stick with feels like you're gonna miss out on all the other ones. But the thing is, business is simpler than you might think. You see, there are two types of medicine in this world: painkillers and vitamins. On one hand, vitamins are nice to have. People buy them when they remember to, skip them when they're busy, and stop buying them altogether when money gets tight. But when someone has the worst headache of their life, they're getting a painkiller. They're not thinking about it. They're grabbing whatever makes the pain stop, and they'll pay whatever it costs. The best businesses, they don't sell vitamins, they sell painkillers. They find the thing that's already hurting and they make it go away. Because the truth is that every successful business in the world, it's built on one simple concept. Find a problem, solve it. That's it. Uber saw that getting a taxi was a nightmare. You call a dispatcher, you wait on hold, you hope the cab actually showed up, and then you pray they took some credit card, because who carries cash these days? And as a woman, it was even worse. You're getting into some stranger's car, no one knows where you're going. If something feels off, you're literally trapped with him. So what they did is they solved it with one app where you can see the car is coming your way, the payments handled automatically, your journey is tracked, and it can be shared with others so that you feel safe. Airbnb saw that hotels were expensive and travelers wanted more options, so they solved it. Now, anyone can rent out a spare room, and travelers get unique places to stay for a better price. What I'm trying to get at is the pattern is always the same. Find a problem that people are frustrated by, give them a better solution, and they'll pay you. That's exactly what we're going to do with AI. And I know it's not that simple to come up with an idea of what problem you should solve. I spent months in a job I hated because I didn't really know what else to do. And I could tell you, go on to ChatGPT or Claude right now, type what problems do businesses have, but that's going to give you some list of 50 generic ideas that don't actually help, because you still have to choose one of them to solve. So instead, I'm going to give you the exact 5 problems that almost every local business has, and the ones that they'll pay thousands per month to solve. These are beginner level solutions that you can provide right now. And no, I didn't get this from ChatGPT or Claude. These are the problems that the business I'm a part of solves. The first problem is something that most companies don't even realize they have. You see, every company has hundreds, sometimes even thousands of old leads in their system. People who filled out a form, called once, came in for a consultation, used to be a customer but stopped coming in. These leads are just sitting there collecting dust. Now, what's crazy is that the data shows that only 25% of all leads are actually contacted. That means literally 73% of the people who raised their hand and said, I'm interested, never hear from the business again. And the worst part is that these people already showed interest, so they're 10 times more likely to become a customer than a random stranger. But no one's following up with them because they're either going straight to competitors or they're just forgetting the business exists. So to solve this problem, you can use AI to reach out to every old contact in the business database, offering something to make them come back. Now, this could be a chance to win a 1-year free membership, a discount on their next service, whatever makes sense for the business. And the AI will handle everything from the first message to answering questions to booking the appointment. So you can bring all of those old leads back to their business. But that's just problem number 1. I want you to think about what you do when you're looking for a gym to join. Now, I'm guessing you'd search, for one near you, immediately go to their Google reviews and see how good it is. That's exactly what 97% of people do before buying something, because reviews give you the trust you need. And if what you see are bad reviews or barely any reviews in general, you're never going to even bother to call that place in the first place. So a business with 15 bad reviews is always going to lose to the competitor with 15 good ones, even if they're actually better at what they do. If the business reviews are old or mediocre, people are going to scroll right past and call someone else. So businesses will lose all those customers and they won't even realize. So here's how you can help avoid that. You can set up an AI automation to build an automation that sends a feedback request to every customer after their visit. If they respond with 4 or 5 stars, they get redirected to a Google review. If it's a bad rating, they won't be prompted to leave a review, and instead be assured that the business has been made aware of their complaint. Then the business can use that feedback to improve. But let's assume they leave a 5-star. Once someone leaves a good review, the AI asks the customer to refer a friend for an incentive, like let's say a raffle entry into a giveaway or a discount. That way the business wins no matter what, because they either get a 5-star review with potential new customers or they get feedback and a chance to improve their service. Without this automation, they'd end up with neither. Now let's say the gym has good reviews. So you call it to get more information about the membership. The phone starts to ring, keeps ringing, but after 5 minutes, nobody answers your call. By that point, you're probably never going to call them again and you're going to go to another gym. And unfortunately, this isn't rare. And small businesses only answer around 37% of their calls, maybe because the owner was with a customer or the receptionist stepped away or they decided to go home early. Whatever the reason is, the phone rings, no one answers, and that potential customer is going to hang up and call the next business on Google. Every missed call is money literally walking out the door. Because the thing is, people who call are 9 out of 10 times, they're ready to buy and they just want to clarify something. That's why they called. So here's how you can solve this problem. You build an AI receptionist that sends a text whenever the call goes unanswered. You set it up to wait about 15 seconds, and if no one answers the call, the AI will just send a text message to someone like, "Sorry, we missed your call. How can we help?" Then the AI receptionist continues to handle the conversation and offers to schedule a call. That way, it doesn't matter if the business is closed, if the staff took some days off, or if someone's at lunch. This works 24/7, weekends, holidays, 3 in the morning. With this, the business will never miss a call again. But this doesn't happen only with calls. It also happens on their website, which leads us to the next problem. When someone fills out a form on a website or sends an inquiry, most businesses take hours or sometimes even days to respond. There's actually a Harvard study that shows if you don't respond to a lead within 5 minutes, your chances of converting them drop to over 400%. And most businesses take around 42 hours to answer. By that time, their potential clients will be clients of someone else. So to solve this, you can use AI to answer within 60 seconds whenever someone fills out a form on the website. Could be a text, could be an email. You can set it up to answer common questions, book the appointment while the lead is still interested. Now, most businesses will try to compensate for all of these problems by running ads, but they still make the same mistake of not answering those those leads fast enough. Businesses spend thousands of dollars on Facebook and Google ads. The potential clients come in and then nothing. Someone may call them back 2 days later, but by then that lead is already bought from someone else, or they've already forgotten they even filled out the form. On average, customers pay over $78,000 a year on ads, and they get nothing in return. A business spending $3,000 a month on ads might be wasting $2,000 of that because their follow-up is slow or non-existent. Now, here's how you can help them with that. You use AI to help them make better ads and set an immediate autoresponder that follows up with every potential client. When someone clicks a Facebook or Google ad and submits their information, the AI messages them right away, continues to nurture the conversation, and books an appointment. So by the time a real person talks to them, they already think the business has the best customer service ever, and they're pretty much ready to buy. So those are the 6 problems that every local business has, and every single one of those problems is costing them thousands every single day. You know exactly what to sell, solutions to these problems. Now listen, you could try to solve each problem separately with a different tool and services, but there's one problem with that. You sell just one, and you're competing with every other person selling the exact same thing. And when there's a lot of competition, the only way to win is to lower your price. So essentially, you end up in this race to the bottom, charging $500 a month for something that takes you hours to set up and maintain. It'll feel like a second job when that's not the point of doing this. So instead of selling one solution, you bundle all 5 of the solutions I told you about into one system. Think about it from a business owner's perspective. If they wanted to solve each of these problems on their own, they'd have to hire and manage 5 different people. That's a nightmare. But when you come in and you say, I'll handle all of it for you, that's something that they just can't refuse. Because when you do this, you're not just selling a chatbot anymore. You're selling a complete customer acquisition system because you're handling everything that turns a customer into a paying customer. This is actually the point of this video. Every automation I just showed you is part of a system that works together. Let me show you what I mean. After you reach out to all the old contacts in their database, those people book appointments and start to show up again. Now, because they're active customers, they get hit by the review automation. They leave a 5-star review on Google, and then the AI asks them to refer a friend. So now a gym has more reviews and new referral leads coming in. Those referral leads check out the gym online, they see all the great reviews, and they decide to call, but nobody answers because the staff was busy. Well, that's no problem because your AI receptionist has a chat with them and books their appointment anyway. Or maybe they don't call, they just fill out a form on the website from an ad. So the automation responds in under a minute, answers their question, and makes them book an appointment. Do you see what's happening here? Every single way a potential customer could reach out is getting handled instantly. No potential client gets ignored and no opportunity is wasted. What's even crazier is that once you have a client, they can't replace you without replacing 5 different services at once. That's why you can charge $3,000 to $5,000 a month instead of $500. And this system is actually based on a pretty clever guy. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Aristotle said that. And that's why this is called the Aristotle system. Every automation makes the others more effective. And together, they create something way more valuable than any single automation could ever be. Okay, so now you know the problems and you know the system to sell them, but there's one decision that will define whether this becomes a real business for you or a frustrating side project, and that's who you choose to sell to. Not all business owners are good customers, believe me. I've learned this the hard way. There are 2 types of potential clients. The first client is the independent business owner who's never really spent any money on marketing, doesn't understand why they need help, and takes 3 weeks to make a $2,000 decision. They ask 1,000,001 questions, and they always want to think about it or ask their spouse, or half the time they're just gonna ghost you, let's be real here. But the second type of client client is someone who's already spending $5,000 a month on ads and is part of a community of other owners doing the same thing, and they can say yes on a single Zoom call. They have a specific budget for this, and they move fast because they care about results. The work you do for clients is exactly the same, but one leads to a real business and the other is going to lead you to burnout. So here's who you want to target: local franchise owners in high ticket industries. A franchise owner, if you don't know, is someone who bought the rights to run a location of an existing brand, like Anytime Fitness, Solid Core, Supercuts, Planet Fitness. In high ticket just means that the business makes a lot per customer. For example, a roofer who makes $15,000 per job, or a dentist that makes $3,000 per patient. These businesses can easily afford to pay you $5,000 to $10,000 a month because just one customer will cover your fee. Now, why franchises? Well, there's 3 reasons. First, they already spend money on marketing. You don't have to sit there and convince them it's worth investing in growth because they're already doing it. The second reason is that they make decisions fast. They're business people. They're not just doing this for fun. If you can show them the value, they will say yes. Third, and most importantly, franchise owners are like neighbors in a small town. Everyone knows everyone, and word travels fast. Trust me when I say they are all part of advisory boards and communities where they share what's working. So if you do great work for one, by next week, 3 other owners will be asking how they did it. That means that one happy client becomes your best salesperson. The industries I would advise you to start are health and wellness, martial arts studios, chiropractors, med spas, dentists. These are especially great if you're a girl because these spaces are mostly dominated by women, both as owners and as customers. So everything will feel really familiar to you. And women are more likely to want to work with a woman in business. So it increases your chances of getting your first few sales a lot faster. But you can also go after home services like HVAC, solar, roofing, plumbers, or contractors, or professional services like lawyers, accountants, bookkeepers. Look for franchises in these industries. But once you've found franchises to contact, how do you get in front of them? The best strategy when you're reaching out is to do outreach, which is starting a conversation with a potential client. The reason why I like this is because it's completely free. Now, there are 2 types of outreach: online and in person. Online outreach is exactly what it sounds like. You find business owners in your industry, you reach out to them through email, Facebook, Instagram DMs, or a phone call. I'd say the most effective is probably going to be like DMs or a phone call. And to find these people, just do a little bit of digging, which is easier now than ever. Search for med spas in Scottsdale on Google, Instagram, or AI model of your choice like ChatGPT or Claude. Check their website for the owner's name and look them up on LinkedIn. Most local businesses owners, they're not hiding. You can also look for their business email or the business number on the website. Once you have a way to contact them, shoot them over a message and tell them how you can help them solve their problems. But when you're just starting out, in-person outreach is actually better. Walk into a local med spa or a chiropractor office or a dentist and ask them to speak with the owner or manager. You're going to introduce yourself and tell them what you can do for their business to start the conversation. Now, I know this might sound a little old school, but it works incredibly well because when you actually show up in person, you're immediately standing out from the crowd. And here's the thing, don't overthink it. Just say, hey, I help businesses like yours get more clients using AI. I'd love to tell you more about it. Is the owner around? That's it. Now, if this sounds a little challenging, you can also start with people you already know. So you could ask your friends and family if they know someone with a business that could be interested in your services. You can also ask your lash lady or even your own dentist. Just start talking about what you're building, and you'd be surprised how many conversations turn into potential clients. The goal isn't to get hundreds of potential clients. The goal is to get your first client, deliver amazing results, and then let that momentum build. One happy client tells another business owner, and then that client tells 2 more, and that's how your business grows and becomes better. one relationship at a time. Listen, I know that even after learning this, there's still that voice in your head that says, what if this doesn't work for me? Or you can't just leave your job without a backup plan. I get it. Starting something new when you've got bills to pay and responsibilities, it's terrifying. But here's what I also know. The one thing that you're scared of losing is the same thing that's keeping you stuck. You might think that having a job is what will let you visit your family and travel the world and truly be free, but that same job is the reason why you keep missing family dinners, rescheduling your dream vacation, and are too exhausted on the weekends to go out. When I was sitting at my medical sales job, I didn't have a backup plan either. I just had this feeling that there had to be something more, and there was. But if you want to see exactly how I went from that cubicle to running a $25 million AI business, go watch the video right here. I'll break down exactly how it happened so you can see what's possible when you bet on yourself.